Hello, welcome back once again. This is our final exam style problem question on solving inequalities. We are supposed to find out the set of possible values for x. So here we have a rectangle and a right angled triangle, and the area of the rectangle is greater than the area of the triangle. What will be the values of x, ranges of values for x for all these shapes? So first thing is, there's a keyword that says what? The area. So we start. Area of the rectangle, we just multiply length by the width, expand the bracket. And when you expand and you simplify, you're going to have 3x squared minus 5x plus 2. So you should be familiar with how to expand bracket and simplify. Now the next thing we need to do is do the triangle. Triangle is half times base times height. So 2x times x all divided by 2, we end up to have x squared, because 2x squared divided by 2 is x squared. Now let's go by this statement. The area of the rectangle is greater than the area of the triangle. Okay, so this is the rectangle and it's greater than the triangle. Let's regroup all the x squared on the left hand side. So we're going to subtract x squared from both sides. So we end up having 2x squared minus 5x plus 2 is bigger than 0. Okay, now let's factorize. And remember that when we're doing factorization and the coefficient of x squared is not 1, we multiply that with the constant. So 2 times 2 is 4. So we're looking for factor pairs of 4 that will add up to negative 5. So the factor pairs will be negative 4 and negative 1, because negative 4 times negative 1 is 4, negative 4 plus negative 1 is 5. So we put into the bracket and work it out. So our final answer, there are several ways of factorizing this kind of quadratics. It is how I factorize mine. So after factorizing whichever method, you will end up having this answer. Then from there, let's find out the roots of this equation. So here we realize that we have x is equal to 2 from here and x is equal to half from there. Now what we need to do next is we sketch the graph to know the range of values. The root is 2 and half. The intercept is 2, so, and it's a U-shaped graph. So this is done. If you look at this carefully, we are looking for y is bigger than 0. Y is bigger than 0 is the top part of the graph, and it happens when it's less than half and when it's what? More than 2. So you're going to have compound inequality. So we have x is less than half on this side and x is more than 2. Remember, we didn't use equal because the question given to us gave us a single sign. Now we're going to be very careful of what to choose. There are two ranges of answers, one to the right and one to the left, and you realize that we have x minus 1. So if you have this as a dimension, then our value must definitely be more than 2, because anything less than 2 would not make this dimension. It will not exist. For example, if x is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0, and doesn't make sense. So we will neglect this part of the inequality. Though it's an answer, it's relevant to this question. So our answer is x is more than 2. The reason is because we have x minus 1 and we don't want a dimension to be 0. For example, x cannot be 0. That's the reason why we look for x more than 2. So that brings us to the end of solving inequalities. Hope you've enjoyed it. Share with your friends. Thank you very much.